Welcome to this video. Today I'm going to take you through an idea teardown. What is that? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to dig into a business idea that one of my readers had. I'm going to show you what's working. I'm going to show you what's not working. And I'm going to show you how to polish it into a profitable, compelling idea to build a business around. Now, why do I even want to do this? Why am I even sitting here talking directly to you? Well, the answer is I want to help. I know that when I was starting out, I would have given anything to hear from someone who had been through it and could give me a lot of quick, subtle tweaks on things to look out for and things to double down on. I would have given anything for someone to show me how to take a mediocre idea and turn it into something amazing and profitable. The other reason is, this is fun. I love taking ideas and rotating them and seeing where the real nugget is, where you should double down, and where the stuff that's kind of mediocre and not that good is and you can steer clear. So, let's dive in. This business idea comes from one of my readers, Lang. And Lang writes, I help single men from the ages of 25 to 35 look better and feel more confident about themselves by showing them how to go to the gym and burn fat. I want to help those who are beginners, men specifically who work 9 to 5 and have an office job. Okay, so what's your take? If you just listen to that description, does it resonate with you? Well, for me, it does. Men, ages 25 to 35, they want to look better. They want to feel better. They want to be confident. They want other men or women to be attracted to them. So this market resonates really well with me. But there's also some things that don't quite resonate. Let's try to get a little bit more specific. In particular, I would recommend that you get even more specific about the audience. So I want to explore this concept for a minute. And remember, you can apply this whether it's fitness, crocheting, Excel, walking dogs. The stuff that we're going to talk about right now, you can apply to whatever you are good at and improve your profitable business idea. So for example, you could choose software engineers who tend to be pretty sedentary. You could choose men who are at least 50 pounds overweight. Why would we do that? Why would we choose at least 50 pounds overweight? You could choose men who want to get into competitive sports. I want to give you a few examples of websites that do this really well. So let's take Nerd Fitness. One of my buddies, Steve Cam, runs this site, and just the name alone tells you what kind of fitness tactics you can expect. So Steve, for example, guy loves comic books. He wears comic book t-shirts. He goes to see comic book conventions, stuff like that. He's a true nerd and he loves it. So he's going to use words like leveling up and things like that. Nerd Fitness makes perfect sense. And of course, if you go to that site, you're not going to see a huge muscle-bound bodybuilder, okay? You're going to see a guy who probably looks like he works with computers, but he's also fit. So Nerd Fitness, just from the name and the positioning, is going to focus on very systematic approaches. Do this, here's why, here's the logic. It all works together. That is perfect for people, for example, who are software engineers. Or how about another example? This one is called the skinny fat solution. Now, a lot of people resonate with that phrase, skinny fat, right? Skinny fat typically describes people who are not necessarily overweight, but they're a little soft overall. They don't really have a lot of muscle tone. So the people who are skinny fat probably know that they're skinny fat. And there's a program called the Skinny Fat Solution. Notice how that program is specifically niched for people who are, in their own words, skinny fat. Let me give you a couple of other examples. One is truth about abs. Now we talk about this more in our course, Zero to Launch. A lot of people want abs. They want to be ripped. They want those abs to be defined. So when they take their shirt off, what do they want people to say? Damn. What have you been doing? Or, wow, what a nice flat stomach. So Truth About Abs goes on to tell you how so many other fitness professionals have lied to you, and here's the truth. By the way, I actually bought this product. It's quite good, and it is very, very profitable as well. So Truth About Abs, what do you notice about that in the fitness perspective? That is focused on one specific body part. Now think about it. You can create a product that is focused on one specific body part, or if you're doing baseball or golf, it could be one type of swing or pitch. You see how specific you can get? That's why I'm going into detail here. You can take an idea, fitness, and you can get as specific as one body part. Notice that this person didn't create truth about calves because that market is about 1/1000th as big as people who want abs. And finally, another program, T25. This program is bought typically by the same people who bought P90X. Some of you may have seen P90X on infomercials. Well, they decided to create something else called T25. And their tagline is an hour's worth of results in just 25 minutes. These guys are so good. So who are they targeting? Think about it for a second before you keep going on. Who are they targeting if they're giving you an hour's worth of results in 25 minutes? Well, they're targeting busy people who are willing to do the work but want results quickly. So what do you notice from all these different examples? In a massive market like health and fitness for men, it is much easier to really understand and own a sub-market before expanding. I'm gonna give you an example from outside of fitness. Think about I Will Teach You to Be Rich. If I had started and tried to cover every market, I would have failed abysmally. Instead, what did I do? Think about it. What was my approach as I started off? Well, I started with a really specific market, young people, and an even more specific area of focus. I helped them with their money, and not just their money, specifically automating their money and understanding the psychology of money. And then later I went into earning more money, much later. I didn't launch a course on earning more for years and years from when I started my blog. Now, if I had started off saying, okay, I'm targeting 20-something, 40-something, 60-something, I'm gonna help them with their estate planning, their tax strategy, and cutting back on lattes, of course I would have failed. Do you wanna listen to that? No, you're probably not even thinking about estate tax planning. Who cares? But so many people are trying to cover every part of fitness or every part of whatever your topic is. Instead, I actually got ultra narrow. Truth about abs, automating money, then earning money, and on and on. So back to this idea from Lang. For this idea, the topic is to help single men between 25 and 35 look better and be more confident. Okay, but then you're targeting people who work 9 to 5 in an office. So basically you're targeting guys who breathe oxygen. That's effectively every guy. Of these guys, I want you to dig deeper. Which guys are you targeting? Who are the most receptive? Who are you most likely to be able to help? Maybe you don't know any engineers. Maybe you're not an engineer. Maybe you hate engineers. That's fine. If that's the case, you probably don't want to target that audience. But maybe you love working with guys who are a little overweight and they want to lose 20 pounds or 50 pounds. Once you pick a more specific market, then you can really start digging in. You're gonna ask yourself, why do these men want to look better? Why do they want to be more confident? What does it mean to them tangibly? Let's play this out for a second. Does it mean that when they go to the beach and they take off their shirt, then people are gonna look at them and they want that? Or is it just the idea of feeling more confident, feeling more energy? You wanna notice these subtle patterns and the differences in the words they use to describe what success looks like to them. Finally, one more recommendation here. I want you to use your personal journey. People really want to know what you used to look like or what your problems were. Many of you guys have seen these photos of me looking like, not looking too good. Honestly, Indian guys, they have a real awkward stage between roughly the ages of 10 to 27, right? It's a real awkward phase for us. And some guys never actually climb out of it at all. I'm so sorry. Bottom line, people want to know what your problems were when you were starting out. Nobody relates to someone who's just like, yeah, I'm so good at everything, yeah. So it doesn't matter if you are selling a hair product, personal finance product, fitness product. In this case, before and after pictures are extremely powerful. But you can also include lots of other things. You can include a text message from somebody you asked out. Maybe she said, no, I'm not really into guys who are skinnier than I am. Oh, painful. That is emotionally crippling for me to read, but I would love it as long as it's not me, it's someone else. I'm like, oh man, it sucks. That is very, very powerful to show the actual problems, right? And that would be incredibly powerful to an audience of men who's trying to bulk up. Similarly, you can find other examples. If you were overweight and what happened because of that, showing, not telling, incredibly powerful. You can actually look at my products and see how I do this. I don't just give you facts about compound interest, for example. I talk to you about how I invested my scholarship money in the stock market and lost half of it right away. I tell you stories. I show you before and after photos when it's appropriate. And I would encourage you to do exactly the same thing. So let's sum up how we're going to reframe this business idea. First of all, I actually happen to think it's a great idea. Men between the ages of 25 to 35, helping them feel more confident and look better. That's great. There's a huge market for that. But I would challenge you that you haven't gotten specific enough. Are you helping skinny fat guys? Are you helping nerds? Are you helping guys who want to compete competitively in bodybuilding? We need to focus this idea down a little bit. We need to get a little bit deeper and really understand it. And remember, if you start digging around and you discover, you know what? I don't really like this market of nerds, or I don't really know anything about bodybuilding competition. I'm not credible in that area. I want to look at something else. It's totally okay. That's a natural part of the process. We go through exactly the same thing with every product. So also don't forget that part of this process is an estimation game. Right now, there are no wrong answers. You want to use your best judgment. And for me, this is the beautiful part of starting an online business. I love it. You don't have to worry about getting everything right from day one, okay? You can use your best judgment. You can do a little testing. You can make some assumptions. And over time, you're going to refine it and find the right idea. So don't worry if you're not absolutely sure. Do your best, and we're going to go through this together. Now, there is one last thing I want you to do. In the comments below, I want you to tell me 2 insights you got from watching this teardown, okay? And by the way, if you've already got a business idea, make sure you put that as number 3 in your answer. I'm gonna be back with another video soon to show you how to validate this business idea so you can make sure it will turn into a profitable business. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.